Good morning. Good morning. What's going on? Back at y'all with some more content. As you know, we in the game. First class citizen, Tammy Jackson, Palasa 2032. Yes, sir. Shout out to my folks up in the building. Yeah, shout out to you guys, man, for the show today. Good morning. Back at you guys with some more content Saturday morning. Some more Anton Daniels drama. I know you guys want to hear it. I'm pretty sure you all are entertained. And yes, you are tuned into one of the best in the game, King Supreme. So yes, man, yeah. Anton Daniels said that his family is in shambles. I watched the video. He said his family is in shambles. Yeah, they terminated Red Supreme TV1. Yes, they did. People was reporting the channel. They were flagging. They said that the channel was bullying and harassing Anton Daniels and people like Tommy Sotomayor. So they sent their minions to flag the channel. I mean, it is what it is. What could you really do about it, man, at this point? Anyway, man, like I said, we're in the middle of appealing that. That's what we're doing. So we'll set the record straight. But anyway, man, we're not going to cry about it. We're going to continue to move forward. But yes, man, listen, I did 2 live streams on Red Supreme TV1 a week ago, right? And first he flagged the video, right? They gave me let me give you guys the history. In December, Tommy Sotomayor flagged my channel for roasting him, right? So Red Supreme TV1 got a strike in December because I roasted Tommy Sotomayor. And I showed you guys the email. I gave you the proof that Tommy, he did it. Last week, I roasted Anton Daniels on Red Supreme TV1. And the language was vulgar. I ain't gonna lie. The language was vulgar. There was a lot of curse words on it. So Anton flagged the video. It said that I was cyberbullying Anton Daniels. And what else did it say? It said that I painted the picture of him being essayed by a man, and it went against the guidelines of YouTube. So I painted the picture of him being, you know what I mean, victimized by another man. Don't want to go into details because we're monetized over here. Anyway, I got my second strike for roasting Anton Daniels. And then 2 days later, YouTube says we terminated your channel because we realized that your channel was bullying and making fun of people. So it was terminated for that reason. Now, I never received a third strike. I got 2 strikes in 60 days. Imagine this. I got 2 strikes in 60 days. And then YouTube terminated the channel. They didn't even give me a third strike. They said, we watched your content. Some of your content is bullying. So unfortunately, we terminated the channel. So that's what happened to Red Supreme TV1. So if you want to support King Supreme, support the platform. But see, my bounce back is crazy, man. My bounce back is crazy. Something told me months ago to create a new channel and start putting content over here because for some reason I already knew my channel was shadow banned and they was playing with my numbers and it was shadow banned. I realized that a long time ago. That's the main reason that I started going hard on this channel. So yes, Tommy Sotomayor and Anton Daniels are responsible for terminating Red Supreme TV1. You know, Tommy was the first to flag me. Anton was the second. Then after that, people continued to report the channel. YouTube terminated the channel. It is what it is. Anyway, moving on. I just wanted to give you guys the history of what happened so you guys have a full understanding what King Supreme has been going through on this platform. Just trying to give you guys some content. So bless the like button. We're going to get into this right here. Now, Anton Daniels is upset with Oshay the Duke Jackson for holding him accountable. Now, I said this a long time ago. If you stand on blackness, right, and you have love for your people, there's no way that you're going to be cool with somebody like an Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels makes content for the alt-right. He panders to white conservatives. He panders to white Republicans, and it is what it is. That's how he makes his money on YouTube. So if you truly stand for blackness and you're a firm belief and you stand on your beliefs, you stand 10 toes on your beliefs, there's no way that you're going to be cool with a guy like Anton Daniels. I mean, being cool with Anton Daniels as somebody who's pro-black, or somebody who, even if you're not pro-black, if you just got a lot of love for your people, there's no way that you're going to be cool with a guy like Anton Daniels. That's like mixing water and electricity. It just, you know, it's not going to mix well. You know, it's not going to mix. So eventually Oshay the Duke Jackson would say things about Anton Daniels, not disrespecting him, just challenging his positions. Keep in mind, Oshay ain't never disrespected Anton. All he did was challenge Anton's positions on certain things that he said about the black community. But never, not once did I hear Oshay call Anton any names or disrespect him. All he did was challenge Anton's position. Anton is pissed off because he wanted Oshay to stay silent about he wanted Oshay to remain silent about his hypocrisy. He wanted Oshay to remain silent about his buffoonery. And Oshay doing what he does, he was fair and balanced with the commentary. All he did was challenge some of Anton's talking points and position. That was it. Anton didn't like it. He started talking greasy. He took shots at Oshay. He called Oshay a gossiper. Listen, if you on YouTube, you're gossiping. You know what I mean? You're gossiping to a certain extent. Now, how far are you willing to take the gossip? It's a whole nother thing. But if you're on this platform, at some point, you're going to gossip about certain situations. What do the news do? If you're a YouTuber or a podcaster, at some point, you're going to report the news. You could easily consider that gossip. Now, some people take their gossip to the furthest extreme. Some people just report the news and leave it at that, and they might give their opinion. But it's only so far that they're going to take it. Anyway, make sure that you guys bless the like button. Let's dive into the conversation. Oshay the Duke Jackson made this video. I'm going to give you guys a little snippet of this. Then we're going to move on to the Anton Daniels video where he took shots at Oshay the Duke Jackson. Then we're going to move on into the Corey Holcomb situation. Anton's side piece, Mika. Mika said, I ain't nobody's side chick. Yes, you are. Stop it. You're a side chick. You don't want to admit it, but Mika, you are a side chick to Anton, Mr. Potato Head Daniels.
Ask when I get a notification sound and I get this email. You should review the video of Anti Millionaire Morning Show today and how he chose Fresh and Fit over you. Basically, but he said he knew you first. Shaking my head. It's the very beginning of the show. So I say, oh, damn, thanks, bro. And he says, Jiggers would side with self-hating Jiggers. That's my issue with him years ago. I can't F with a black man or a woman who disowned their race. So I click on the link, and at the time that I'm trying to find out the spot that he's talking about.
This is fair use, man. Oshay the Duke Jackson. Let's get it cracking.
It is kind of hard because the stream is literally going at the time he's doing the stream. But literally, I found out where it was.
The reason that you have to give people grace is because I remember when I chose sides with the whole Fresh and Fit situation instead of objectively reviewing it, right? And I had to apologize to them in person, which I believe that I'm a better person because I'm a bigger man than most of these other people. But I had to apologize to them in person because I had chose sides.
You're not a bigger man. You gave up your manhood. The interview with Fleece Johnson, bro, you gave up your manhood. You gave up, man, you gave it up, bro. Then you got gang goofy Gilligans like Ringo TV said, it doesn't matter that Anton let a grown man flirt with him. Anton made money interviewing Fleece Johnson. So in other words, Ringo was saying rainbow activities don't matter as long as you make money. It doesn't matter because he made money. See, people like Ringo TV and Anton Daniels, they're cool with rainbow activities as long as they can get money for the rainbow activity, which means their manhood doesn't mean anything. Money means more. making excuses for fun boy activities as long as you can make money, a bag chaser. Now we understand why this dude calls himself the bag chaser. He's willing to forfeit his manhood for a bag. The Fleece Johnson situation exposed all of that. And what did Ringo TV do with his goofy ass? Co-signed it. Why? Because Ringo would do the same thing if he can make money. Ringo would let Fleece Johnson flirt with him and tell him he had a nice butt. Ringo would do it if he can make some money from the interview.
And I had to apologize to them in person, which I believe that I'm a better person because I'm a bigger man than most of these other people. But I had to apologize to them in person because I had chose sides on something that had nothing to do with me. But the reason that I chose sides, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, that's what I do on this platform. The reason that I chose sides.
Anybody who defends Anton, not only are they suspect, not only is their sexuality in question, you know they're Sambos. Anton Daniels is not just a fun boy, a rainbow community member. He's also a Sambo, a tap dancing Sambo. So anybody who defends Anton Daniels, you already know what category to throw them in. They're Sambos and they're sympathizers of the rainbow community. I'm going to say this again before I get back into the clip. Any content creator defending Anton Daniels is a rainbow community sympathizer and a tap dancing Sambo. That is a prime example. So you already know what category to throw these people in if they're defending Mr. Daniels, also known as Mr. Potato Head. You dig?
And I had went against them was because I was friends with, at the time, Oshay Duke Jackson.
So Anton is saying that he chose a side against Fresh and Fit, literally because he was cool with me. He was cool with Kevin Samuels. So this is interesting. This is the framework. So he was against Fresh and Fit because we were against Fresh and Fit. I've already stated my case to problems that, Kevin had with Fresh and Fit. Donovan Sharp have talked about it before. And again, I was involved in a whole big I've been preach Fresh and Fit beef back in 2021. So what Anton is saying, listen, I was against Fresh and Fit simply because the homies was against Fresh and Fit. But he is the one saying that
if you're cool with Fresh and Fit, listen, man. If you see any foundational Black Americans that's cool with Fresh and Fit, take their black card. They're suckers. Why would I want to be cool with somebody who kisses the behind of white people but says disparaging things about foundational Black Americans every chance they get? Listen, if you see any foundational Black Americans saying they're cool with Myron, write them off. They're suckers. You don't stand for anything if you're cool with a Myron or a Fresh and Fit as a foundational Black American. Them guys are suckers. Let me tell you something. Myron would never be cool with somebody who disrespects Sudanese people every chance they got. Myron is more on code than these FBA guys. Listen, the FBA guys that are cool with Myron, they have no code. Myron would never be friends with somebody who disparages Sudanese people every chance they get. Myron would not be your friend. But these sellout FBA dudes, the FBA people who happen to be sellouts, they want to be cool with Myron so bad to the point to where they're willing to overlook his disrespect towards FBA and their ancestors. Them dudes are suckers. Straight up busters. There's no way you can stand for something as a foundational Black American and be cool with Myron. Myron is a white male ass kisser. 100% he is. He kisses the behind of white folks while disparaging Black people. How could a foundational Black American ever be cool with something like that?
he chose side. Anton is saying that he chose a side against Fresh and Fit, literally because he was cool with me. He was cool with Kevin Samuels. So this is interesting. This is the framework. So he was against Fresh and Fit because we were against Fresh and Fit. I've already stated my case to problems that, Kevin had with Fresh and Fit. Donovan Sharp have talked about it before. And again, I was involved in a whole big I've been preach Fresh and Fit beef back in 2021. So what Anton is saying, listen, I was against Fresh and Fit simply because the homies was against Fresh and Fit. But he is the one saying that he chose sides. Now, a lot of you guys are on here acting as if I betrayed Anton or something like this. Me and Anton's association, our friendship went Anton himself is saying that he chose sides. This is him saying this, not me. And then he said something else.
Because Oshay didn't care for him, and there was a narrative created against him as far as what Kevin Samuels and all of that, because Kevin Samuels never talked to me about Fresh and Fit ever, right? Because of that, I chose sides. Now, when I actually met Fresh and Fit in person, I realized, oh, y'all not bad people to me. Everybody else can have an opinion of them, but my experience with them is different.
This is how you know he's a sucker. He's not bad to me. No, he's disrespectful to foundational Black Americans. See, Myron ain't got to disrespect me personally for me to not deal with him. You're not gonna say disparaging things about my people and what we did in this country when you and your people benefit from everything that my people and my ancestors did. I will not tolerate the disrespect from a tap dancing tether like Myron. I won't do it. So Myron doesn't have to disrespect me personally. There's no way that you stand for anything as a foundational Black American if you're friends with Myron. So he doesn't have to disrespect me personally. He disrespected my ancestors. Anybody who's cool with Myron as a foundational Black American clearly doesn't stand on business. They're only thinking about financial or some type of personal gain. Well, it doesn't matter if Myron disrespect FBA. He ain't never said nothing about me, so Myron is still my friend. Never mind the fact that my ancestors paved the way for Myron and his tether family to get in this country. I still want to be friends with Myron because he never disrespected me personally. That's the mindset of an Anton Daniels. That's the mindset of all these people who are still cool with Myron. You got to call out all these foundational Black Americans who are still cool with Myron. Well, Myron didn't disrespect me personally. I still want to be his friend.
Right? Now, interestingly enough, right? Oshay Duke Jackson says that he doesn't like me, he doesn't care about me, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Everybody can do what they want to do. But it shows you the female mindset because Oshay is controlled by his audience. He doesn't necessarily.
Anton is controlled by his audience. When Corey Holcomb said, how come you don't talk about white people the same way you talk about Black people? Anton said, next question. I'm not even going to get into that. Anton knows if he talks about white men, he's going to lose the bag. He's going to lose a lot of his conservative followers. This is why he treads lightly when it's time to criticize white men or hold them accountable for anything. Now, Anton doesn't have a problem criticizing liberal white women because shit, even white men criticize liberal white women. Liberal white women are easy targets. Let me say that again. Criticizing liberal white women is nothing. Liberal white women are easy targets. White men talk crazy about liberal white women. So you can't say that you'll hold white people accountable when you criticize liberal white women. They are easy targets. That is weak. That's weak. Straight up and down. So for you to say, well, Oshay is controlled by its audience, you're controlled by your audience. This is why you refuse to hold white people accountable. Anton Daniels makes content every week. He'll do a reaction video to a white person criticizing the Black community, and he agrees with white people every time they have something negative to say about Black people. Don't take my word for it. Look at Anton Daniels' videos where he's doing a reaction to what he's doing a reaction to something that a white person said about the Black community, and 99.9% of the time he's going to agree with the white folks when they have something negative to say about us. That's the type of content he makes. Well, you know what? I actually agree with white people, man. Black culture is terrible. Black culture is this. But if anybody's controlled by their audience, it is you, Mr. Potato Head.
It shows you the female mindset enough, right? Oshay Duke Jackson says that he doesn't like me, he doesn't care about me, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Everybody can do what they want to do. But it shows you the female mindset because Oshay is controlled by his audience. He doesn't necessarily take a position. He takes the position of whatever the majority of the people are doing, right? You
take the position of conservative white people. If a white person said the Black community was the worst community in America and Black people are terrible and they're ratchet and ghetto, Anton's gonna do a reaction video agreeing with the white folks, like he always does.
Anton,
Fine. That's perfectly fine. Everybody can do what they want to do. But it shows you the female mindset because Oshay is controlled by his audience. He doesn't necessarily take a position. He takes the position of whatever the majority of the people are doing, right?
Anton Daniels is saying that I'm being controlled by my audience. I'm thinking like a female, which is literally an insult to me, which I'm not going to respond to that because, like I said, Anton has already had a lot of mental stress. And again, I don't dislike Anton a lot. And I'm here to tell Anton this and anybody else. What me and Anton have an issue with is ideological. I mean, I've talked to this man on the phone. I've talked to his wife on the phone. So I do not hate Anton Daniels, okay? I am a pro-black. That is my framework. I am a pro-black. I do not hate black people, okay? Now, this is where it gets different.
I knew Oshay before I knew Myron and Fresh. I rocked with Oshay, right? I never took a position after I met Myron.
Say this. Anton Daniels is mad that Oshay is holding him accountable for his buffoonery, for his hypocrisy. I did a video last year saying, damn, my man Oshay, you got to call out Anton Daniels. If we're going to call out Officer Tatum and the Jason Whitlocks and the Angry Mans, we got to call out Anton Daniels because Anton Daniels is in the same category as them. And eventually Oshay decided to just say, hey, Anton Daniels, this is not true. You're caping for them folks over there. I'm glad that Oshay decided to hold this clown accountable. Because for a while, Oshay never said anything about Anton Daniels. But, you know, I would scratch my head sometimes. And keep in mind, Oshay is my guy. Oshay is my boy. That's my homie. I'm a support on 100%. But at one particular time, I had to scratch my head. I said, damn, how come Oshay not saying anything about Anton? Anton is one of the biggest Sambos in his space. So if we're going to hold tap dancers accountable, surely Anton Daniels got to be thrown in the same category. Then eventually, just like I knew Oshay would, Oshay didn't disrespect him. He just held Anton Daniels accountable for the position he takes against the black community. And Anton Daniels don't like the fact that Oshay held him accountable for some of the positions that he stood on. Well, he stood against the black community, and Oshay just pointed it out. Never disrespected him, never called him names like I've called him names. He just said, hold on, homie, I got to hold you accountable for your position against the black community. And Anton doesn't want to be held accountable for his position against the black community. He does not.
That is my framework. I am a pro-black. I do not hate black people, okay? Now, this is where it gets different.
I knew Oshay before I knew Myron and Fresh. I rocked with Oshay, right? I never took a position after I met Myron and Fresh, and I stayed completely out of whatever they had going on. Whatever it is that I go through or whatever it is that's happening, Fresh and Myron always hit me up, and they never take a position. They just say, you know, they give their opinion on whatever they get their opinion on, but when they talk to me, they just check on me and say, hey, fam, everything good? Yep, everything good. I'm going to come to Florida then. Hey, Anton, I'm going to be in Michigan then. What's your schedule looking like? And we figure it out. Oshay had my phone number. He's never called me for anything outside of gossip.
So he's saying that Fresh and Fit never did anything to him. And when he
gossip.
So he's saying that
he's never called me. Oshay had my phone. I'll be in Michigan then. What's your schedule looking like? And we figure it out. Oshay had my phone number. He's never called me for anything outside of gossip.
So he's saying that Fresh and Fit never did anything to him. And when he's going through something, that they will call him and check up on him. Let me kind of get to the crux of how Anton Daniels is trying to play this. Anton Daniels doesn't like the videos that I've been making about him.
Because you're holding him accountable, Oshay. I knew the moment that Oshay held Anton accountable, he was going to fall out with Anton. But it's like, at the same time, it's like you can't take the position as somebody who speaks up for black people and be cool with somebody like an Anton Daniels. Clearly, your ideologies, your ideology and his ideology, those ideologies don't mix. What you believe in and what he stands for doesn't mix, Oshay. So I was just saying that a long time ago, because eventually it's going to make people, people will start to question Oshay, because they say, well, if you stand for blackness, how could you be cool with a buffoon like Anton? If you stand for blackness, how could you be cool with a buffoon like Myron? Anybody that's friends with Anton or Myron, well, it says a lot about your character, because that's like a Nazi being cool with a Black Panther. You dig what I'm saying? It's like a Nazi being cool with a Black Panther. It clearly, man, it's not gonna work, man.
And from what I understand, Anton doesn't appreciate what I've been talking about here on social media. He's trying to deduce the arguments that I have been bringing against his ideology to just me being a feminine person or feminine in my thinking and being controlled by my audience. Now, to be honest, I have not said anything negative about Anton Daniels for a long time, right? It was many years that I didn't say anything negative. But what Anton Daniels is going to say is
we got 1,000 people in the chat. We got 1,000 live viewers. Make sure that you guys bless the like button. Salute and support the show. Anton is just mad that Oshay is calling him out for his buffoonery and hypocrisy. Anton Daniels wanted Oshay to remain silent about his buffoonery. He didn't want Oshay to say nothing.
Reason why I started to say something negative about him, Daniels, for a long time. Been bringing against his ideology to just me being a feminine person or feminine in my thinking and being controlled by my audience. Now, to be honest, I have not said anything negative about Anton Daniels for a long time, right? It was many years that I didn't say anything negative. But what Anton Daniels is going to say is the reason why I started to say something negative about him was because of my audience. Now, to be honest, what Anton Daniels will not tell you is I've called him. I've even talked about it on multiple videos over the past 2 years. I have talked about our ideological differences on the phone, about a lot of his opulence, showing off, you know, putting his wife and daughter in the videos, on the planes. I told him not to do these things. Okay. Now, if you want to come here and say that I didn't say that, all the YouTubers in the Black YouTube community that know me, they have talked to me before, they understand that's the kind of person I am. So my grievances with his ideology as a pro-Black man, as a Black man who had a respect for Anton Daniels because he was married for 20 years, who took care.
We can't respect somebody just because they're married. We can't respect people just because they got money. You got rainbow community members who are wealthy. Some of the most wealthiest people in this country are rainbow community members or rainbow community sympathizers. Having money is not enough to gain my respect. You guys should feel the same way. I'm not saying you need to feel the same way as me, but you don't respect somebody just because they got money. There's a lot of bozos and clowns out here who got money. Anton just happened to be one of them. Tommy Sotomayor just happens to be another one.
Of his daughter, who's a hardworking content creator. I can't not disrespect that with his ideology as a pro-Black man, as a Black man who had a respect for Anton Daniels because he was married for 20 years, who took care of his daughter, who's a hardworking content creator. I can't not disrespect that about Anton Daniels. But the issue is that Anton Daniels doesn't want to be accountable for his behavior. Anton Daniels did something that Myron did, which is you're chasing a bag. The same thing with Fresh and Fit on the backs of, you know, disrespecting the Black community, the same community that you grew up in. And of course, you can choose sides with Myron because that fits your narrative. OK,
of course. See, listen, it makes sense for Anton to be cool with Myron. That makes sense. But it doesn't make sense for an Oshay the Duke Jackson to be cool with an Anton or Fresh and Fit. It makes perfect sense for somebody like the Angry Man to be cool with Anton Daniels and a Myron. That actually makes sense. It makes sense for a Tommy Sotomayor to be cool with Myron. It makes sense. But it doesn't make sense for a Red Supreme to be cool with an Anton Daniels or Myron. It doesn't make sense for a Tariq Nasheed to be cool with an Anton Daniels or a Myron. It doesn't make sense for an Oshay the Duke Jackson to be friends with a Anton Daniels or a Myron. Right? But when you see people like Anton, Angry Man, and Myron being friends, that actually makes sense. All of these guys are tap dancing Sambos. And all of these guys speak against the Black community. So it makes sense for those bozos to be friends with each other.
And if you want to understand why I went public against you or against your ideology, because our frameworks don't match up. And of course, you can choose sides with Myron because that fits your narrative, okay? And if you want to understand why I went public against you or against your ideology, because our frameworks don't match up. And then what happens is with somebody like you, especially when I live, or at least profess to live the lifestyle that I'm living, there is no way for our ideologies to continue to match, okay? I've talked to you about this before. I've asked you, that you should consider or reconsider how you feel. But of course, you can be friends with a person like Myron who hate black people, okay? And then the whole situation that you're going through now, which is unfortunate.
It don't make sense for foundational black Americans to rock with somebody like a Ringo TV. Ringo is a bozo. It don't make sense for foundational black Americans to rock with somebody like a Ringo TV, an Anton Daniels, an Angry Man, or Myron from Fresh and Fit, or an Officer Tatum. Listen, Ringo TV Raw, he's a bozo. Anton is a bozo. Angry Man is a bozo. Officer Tatum is a bozo. If you see any FBA people rocking with them, you already know what category to throw them in. Revoke their black card. They're not welcome in our community no more. Listen, homie, for 2026, we got to start holding foundational black Americans accountable for being cool with Anton Daniels, for Ringo TV. If you're cool with Sambos, you're not welcome in the FBA community. That's like a Nazi being best friends with a Black Panther. That don't mix. So if you a foundational black American and you rock with Angry Man, Anton Daniels, Officer Tatum, or Ringo TV, a Jason Whitlock, we got to kick you up out of the FBA. No FBA person who stands on business should respect that. So I want you guys to show me, if anybody in my audience and you say, hey, Red, these people claim to be FBA, but they cool with Anton, they cool with Angry Man, they cool with Ring, let me know who they are, and I'm going to boot them up out of here. 2026, we got a clean house in the FBA community. Stop claiming to be FBA, but you support Sambos. That's not going to work. That is a conflict of interest.
And it's bad that Corey went that far. Your daughter got involved in this for no reason. Your wife is being thrown into.
If you claim to be FBA and you rock with a Sambo, you got to go. If you a foundational black American and you rock with any one of these Sambos, I am writing you off, period. That is counterproductive to our progress. Claiming to be for FBA, but you rocking with Sambos. No.
To this. And a part of that, Anton, is because of your behavior, because of the hatred that you put out every day on your channel. I mean, you never expected that it would come out. And so even 3 months ago, when I was talking about this, like, yo, man.
Right, the Hodge twins as well. I got to throw the Hodge twins in that category. I got to throw Tommy Sotomayor in that category. Listen, if you guys want FBA to be stronger moving forward, we got to stop being cool with these Sambos, man. At some point, we got to draw the line and stand on business. You can't be a foundational black American and still be cool with Sambos. That is counterproductive. That's like a Nazi being a best friend with a Black Panther. It doesn't mix. It is time to kick these Sambos out of our community completely.
And like the black community gives Anton Daniels what it deserves, it's not because you chose Fresh and Fit over me, bro. I understand the game. I mean, you're more successful as a content creator than me now, but I have a long history of being very successful in black YouTube. I know guys go to different channels. I've had a long-standing beef with the Angry Man. Anybody can even say that if I hate anybody or dislike anybody on this platform, it's definitely the Angry.
Jesse Lee Peterson too. We got to throw Jesse Lee Peterson in there. You can't listen. Stop saying you FBA and you rock with FBA, but you cool with Sambos, or at least you a Sambo sympathizer. We got to get rid of all these Sambo sympathizers, and you know who they are. If you see somebody claiming to be FBA, but they're in Anton's chat, they're in Angry Man's chat, they're in Jesse Lee Peterson's chat, the Hodge twins chat, Ringo TV's chat, Officer Tatum's chat, If you see foundational Black Americans rocking with these Sambos, let me know who they are, and we're going to hold those people accountable. It is time to get rid of them.
Man, me and Angry Man do not like each other for anything. It's the number one person that I've always disliked the most, okay? We don't talk about each other that much anymore, and it's kind of dead in the water, but everybody knows that. You brought the Angry Man to Detroit. I didn't feel no kind of way about that. I was still respectful towards you. I would come in super chat. Why? And because you dealt with the Angry Man, you probably did not know all of which, you know, the beef is that we had.
I'm telling you, in 2026, I'm going hard. If you a Sambo sympathizer, I'm going in on you. It's time to get rid of you. We are not, listen, you guys, this is a PSA. We are not tolerating Sambo sympathizers. If you see any FBA people being a Sambo sympathizer, we're getting rid of them. They're not welcome over here. I don't want nothing to do with a Sambo sympathizer. You guys are done for. It is over for y'all in 2026. I promise you.
And of course, I was immature to a certain degree in that beef, you know, a little bit older now, and I could have handled things a lot better with the Angry Man. He still started the beef, but I could have handled it a lot better. No doubt about it, right? So again, if I had any intention on not dealing with you at all, it would have been then. But everything that I deal with, when I talk about Anton Daniels, I never talk about what he looks like. I never talk about
all right, let's see what Anton had to say. Oshay just did another video saying that Oshay just did a video saying that what did he say? He said that Anton is the
something.
He said Anton is the new Tommy Sotomayor, and he is. Anton Daniels is a polished version of Tommy Sotomayor. Anton panders to the alt-right community. He panders to the white supremacists, and so does Tommy Sotomayor. Anton Daniels is just a polished version of Tommy Sotomayor. He's not, his language isn't as vulgar as Tommy's. He's more professional than Tommy, but don't get it twisted. He has the same mindset as a Tommy Sotomayor. Anton is just more polished with the way that he disrespects Black people. He doesn't use vulgar language like Tommy does. That's the only difference. But as far as their thinking, it's the same. Their ideologies is pretty much the same. Anton Daniels is a new improved version of Tommy Sotomayor, 100%. Anyway, let's see what Anton Daniels had to say about Oshay in his video. We got 1,400 people watching. Get us 1,400 likes. If we got 1,400 people watching, get us 1,400 people to like this video, share the content, subscribe to the channel.
That had nothing to do with me. But the reason that I chose easy narratives, check on Kwame Brown. I love to walk in like,
I bet we got 1,600. We got 1,600 people in the live chat. Bless that like button. Become a loyal supporter. Become a subscriber. Join the movement. It is time to eliminate Sambo sympathizers. If you see anybody who claims to be FBA that is a Sambo sympathizer, it is time to get rid of them. We got to move forward in 2026, and we got to start with that.
Mr. Rogers. Love my jacket. I appreciate you. AD made an entrance. Good morning, King. What up, Snow Bunny Bag Chaser? Donald Trump is an awesome president.
Shout out to Stephanie for the cash app. Shout out to Evelyn for the cash app. Shout out to Tiffany for the cash. So far, we got the ladies blessing the cash app. Let's get some of you brothers to bless this cash app while you're at it.
What's wrong with Kwame? What's up, Lex? Lex, congratulations too. He talking mad crazy. What is he saying? What is he saying? Tell me what he's saying while I change my clothes. Always got to put on my joggers. Got to switch from the jeans to
FBA will get stronger. Everything that you say we lack, you will see us put it together. So you either ride with us or get rolled on. When it comes to FBA, either you're going to ride with us or you're going to get rolled on. The takeover is here. Let me tell you something, FBA. The only way we're going to be strong as FBA, we have to eliminate the Sambo sympathizers in our community. We got to get rid of them. Let Sambos be cool with Sambos. Stop claiming to be FBA if you a Sambo sympathizer. That's not going to work. If somebody's saying they're FBA, oh, but I'm cool with Myron, oh, but I'm cool with Anton, oh, but I'm cool with Angry Man, it's time to write those people off. It makes no sense at this point.
Joggers. What is he saying? Keep me in the loop. You doing grocery shopping now? I like that. Y'all give me the cliff notes. Give me the cliff notes. Because to be honest with you, I'm completely unaware of what's happening in most spaces. I get a general idea. Kwame and Carcino is talking crazy. Yeah, Kwame Brown is super biased. It's sad to say lost a lot of respect. Oh, he's talking about me? Negative.
We will respect women, you know, but our sisters got to learn to respect the brothers. See, I want to bring balance to this, man. I want black men to learn to respect black women, and we want black women to learn to love and respect black men. It's time to bring this back together. It's time to stand on FBA business. As long as we love one another and respect one another, the sky's the limit. We can take this thing as further as we want to take it. Nobody can stop us. But the first thing that we need is unity and solidarity. And what do we have to do to accomplish that? First, we got to eliminate all the Sambo sympathizers. If we want to have a pure community, the Sambo sympathizers got to go, man. It's time to get rid of them. It's counterproductive to our progress. Anyway, let's move on with the content, though.
Well, I mean, listen, if I'm not mistaken, Kwame Brown was on the platform, right? No? Listen. Y'all got to give these people grace. I got to give them grace. And the reason that I say y'all got to give them grace is because y'all have to understand that most of these people are part of the industry, right? And so when I say a part of the industry, as much as they try to act like they're independent and they're independent thinkers, they're not. Listen. Let me tell you why you have to give people grace while I get ready for the show. The reason that you have to give people grace is because I remember when I chose sides with the whole fresh and fit situation instead of objectively reviewing it, right? And I had to apologize to them in person, which I believe that I'm a better person because I'm a bigger man than most of these other people.
You're not a bigger man. You compromise your manhood to get a bag with Fleece Johnson. Anyway, moving on.
I had to apologize to them in person because I had chose sides on something that had nothing to do with me. But the reason that I chose sides, and I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. That's what I do on this platform. The reason that I chose sides and I had went against them was because I was friends with, at the time, Oshay Jackson. So because Oshay didn't care for him, and there was a narrative created against them as far as what Kevin Samuels and all of that, because Kevin Samuels never talked to me about fresh and fit ever. Right? Because of that, I chose sides. Now, when I actually met fresh and fit,
you chose sides, right? Now, listen, Myron doesn't have to disrespect me personally. He disrespects my FBA family. I'm not going to stand for it. Any foundational Black American who say I'm cool with Myron because he didn't disrespect me personally, that's a clown. Myron has disrespected your ancestors. Listen, Myron is an anchor baby. Let me say this. Myron is an anchor baby. Myron comes from immigrant parents who came over here based on what we fought for as foundational Black Americans. We made it, foundational Black Americans made it possible for these immigrants to come to this country in the first place. And what do when they get here? They disrespect us and everything that our ancestors stood for. So if you're a foundational Black American and you cool with Myron, you's a sucker. You's a clown. Because I said it before and I say it again. Myron would never be cool with anybody who disrespects Sudanese people. He would never be cool with somebody who does that, which means Myron is way more in code than some of you FBA people who are cool with him. Myron would never tolerate a foundational Black American, he would never be friend with a foundational Black American who says disparaging things about Sudanese people. Why? Because Myron has a code and he's going to put his people first. The foundational Black Americans that rock with Myron, they put money first. They don't care about their people. I've been telling y'all about these people for a very long time now.
In person, I realized, oh, y'all not bad people to me. Everybody else.
Listen, we gonna fix this community. We gonna bring the Black man and the Black woman back together. No separation, no division. We're gonna have meetings. No Sambo sympathizers will be allowed. It is time for the Black man and the Black woman to love one another. It's time for the Black community to stand on unity, solidarity. Eliminate the Sambo sympathizers. We got to do all of these things to make progress moving forward. So this is what I'm doing. I'm not making content disparaging our women. I'm not going to make content disparaging our people. Now, at some point, I got to hold a Black man and a Black woman accountable, but I will not focus. My content will not focus on disparaging the Black woman or the Black man. That's not the type of content that I'm doing over here. We're making progress. We're moving forward. First things first, we got to stand on unity, solidarity, and we have to learn to love one another. Because if we don't love one another, who else gonna love us? If we don't love one another, who else gonna love us? We all we got. And if you truly believe on that, if you truly believe in that, the time is now to stand on FBA business 2026 moving forward, man. I just got to say that.
I can have an opinion of them, but my experience with them is different, right? Now, interestingly enough, right? Oshay Duke Jackson says that he doesn't like me, he doesn't care about me, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Everybody can do what they want to do. But it shows you the female mindset because Oshay is controlled by his audience. He doesn't necessarily take a position. He takes the position of whatever the majority of the people are doing, right? So think about this for a second. I knew Oshay before I knew Myron and Fresh. I rocked with Oshay, right? I never took a position after I met Myron and Fresh, and I stayed completely out of whatever they had going on. Whatever it is that
Shout out to Voodoo Reaction. I'm serious about this FBA family. You know what I mean? Content that I used to do on TV One, you're going to see growth in King Supreme. Red Supreme is done. It's King Supreme. We're going by King Supreme now. Maybe it was time to let some of that content go on that channel. You're going to witness the growth of King Supreme. I'm spreading love to my people. I'm showing love to my people. Nobody's going to love us like we love us. So it's time to stand on FBA business if you truly believe in the people. Shout out to Voodoo Reacts for the super chat. I appreciate everybody for showing love to the show. Shout out to the Lions Dollars for blessing the Cash App. Let's get it.
I go through or whatever it is happening, Fresh and Myron always hit me up and they never take a position. They just say, you know, they give their opinion on whatever they get their opinion on. But when they talk to me, they just check on me and say, hey, fam, everything good? Yep, everything good. I'm going to come to Florida then. Hey, Anton.
Shout out to Nada. Nada just Voodoo React sent us super chat. And shout out to Nada. Nada just sent us a super chat as well. It's beautiful. We're going to continue to spread that love, that FBA love.
I'm going to be in Michigan then. What's your schedule looking like? And we figure it out. Oshay had my phone number. He's never called me for anything outside of gossip. So when I actually met Fresh and Fit in person, I realized, oh, y'all not bad people to me. Everybody else can have an opinion of them, but my experience with them is different, right? Now, interestingly enough, right? Oshay Duke Jackson says that he doesn't like me, he doesn't care about me, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Everybody can do what they want to do. But it shows you the female mindset because Oshay is controlled by his audience. He doesn't necessarily take a position. He takes the position of whatever the majority of the people are doing, right? So think about this for a second. I knew Oshay before I knew Myron and Fresh. I rocked with Oshay, right? I never.
Shout out to no, my bad. The Kimberly Project. Shout out to the Kimberly Project for blessing us with a super chat. Shout out to Vicky. She said FBA love. Low key more than others. Shout out to everybody for blessing the super chat. Let's continue.
Took a position after I met Myron and Fresh, and I stayed completely out of whatever they had going on. Whatever it is that I go through or whatever it is that's happening, Fresh and Myron always hit me up, and they never take a position. They just say, you know, they give their opinion on whatever they get their opinion on, but when they talk to me, they just check on me and say, hey, fam, everything good? Yep, everything good. I'm going to come to Florida then. Hey, Anton, I'm going to be in Michigan then. What's your schedule looking like? And we figure it out. Oshay had my phone number. He's never called me for anything outside of gossip. So
he said,
if Oshay,
excuse me. Anton said Oshay never called them for anything outside of gossip. Then he went on to say that Oshay was a gossip girl. Right? See, it's cool for Anton Daniels to have an opinion about people, but Anton Daniels is mad at Oshay for just holding him accountable for the things that he talks about, right? Like disparaging black people, disparaging the black community. He wanted Oshay to stay silent about his buffoonery. Now that Oshay has decided, let me put it like this. Now that Oshay is calling out some of the things that Anton is doing, Anton has a major problem with it. He wanted Oshay to stay silent about his buffoonery. Nah. We can't stay silent on these Sambos. If you see a Sambo, you call him out. You hold him accountable. You put his feet to the fire.
Wanted to hit me up, he could have, because he has my phone number. But again, I don't feel no type of way about it because that's what people do. Most people are no different than what you experience in real life. You know how you deal with people that switch up or take a side or is not being able to be objective? I've done it. That's why I had to apologize. Now, I didn't know Myron and Fresh at the time that I had picked a side, but I had to apologize. And so I apologized to them when I went on a platform. They didn't even know that I was going to apologize. They didn't even know that I was going to apologize. As soon as we went live, I said, hey guys, I got to be the bigger person. I got to be the bigger man. Y'all never said nothing negative about me. We should have probably worked together a long time ago, but that had been pushed off because, because of my actions and taking a position on something that I didn't really know the details of and it had nothing to do with me. Right? But again, I don't look at it any type of way. I look at everything as a glass half full opportunity. So let's just say, for example, because other people will get bent out of shape, right? So let's say, for example, that I haven't talked to Oshay since Kevin Samuels died. I'm just going to keep it 100. And that's no shade to him. Listen, God bless you. I don't know what's going on with him. Somebody asked me for his phone number. And so I reached out to somebody else to be able to get his phone number or whatever like that so they can connect or whatever. But that's a whole nother conversation. But here's my point that I'm saying to this. I'm going to bring it back to Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown has been on Homeboy's platform. So if you think that I believe that it's going to translate into him rocking with me or something like
Listen,
that.
Listen, man, you got to hold him accountable because we have to hold the Sambo sympathizers accountable. Anton is just mad that everybody now is holding him accountable for his buffoonery. Anton's been hiding behind his money. And I've been telling y'all about that for a long time. Guys like Anton hide behind their money so that they ain't got to be held accountable. A lot of people hang around Anton because they feel like Anton can give them an opportunity. So they'll remain silent about his buffoonery as long as they can make some money dealing with him. Anton has hid behind his money for years. All of those yes men and ass kissers who rock with him, they gave a blind eye to his buffoonery. They gave a blind eye to his Sambo behavior. Why? Because they feel like Anton can put them in a position to make money. So they give a blind eye to his coonery. And that's exactly what his audience and friends been doing. Well, as long as I can make money, I'll give a blind eye to Anton's buffoonery. Never mind the fact that he kisses the behind of white conservatives. As long as I can make some money hanging with him, I'll give a blind eye to all of that stuff that he does. And that's the mindset of the people who rock with him.
He knows me, and then at the same time, he's been on his platform, so he's met him in person. Kwame probably is going to pick a side. I don't hold that against Kwame. I don't feel no type of way. It's all, listen, at the end of the day, for most of these people, you will never, ever see them in real life. At the end of the day.
Shout out to Get It Together. Get It Together. Appreciate you for the super chat. He said, when you go against real FBA, your fame will eventually fall down in due time. Shout out to the go-getter for the super chat. And that is realer than rap. No cap.
You will never, ever see these people in real life. 98% of them don't come outside unless they got something to do outside, like they got a show or something. They don't be hanging out. They don't be at All-Star Weekend. They not at the games. They not doing none of this
Everybody don't
stuff.
have to go to All-Star Weekend or any of that buffoonery. It's a waste of time and money. Now, if you want to go, cool. But just because you don't go to All-Star Weekend doesn't mean that you're not outside. A lot of people don't like sports like that. Some people do and some people don't. I know a lot of people who make money who don't care about sports, who don't care about going to All-Star Weekend. They spend their money on other things that they're more interested in. Shut up, fool. Sitting up there with your double D titties. You got hair on your breast. You got a pink bra on and you got hair on your breast. Yes. Yes. What's next?
And so unless they have something to do promotional wise, they're not going to be outside. You're not going to see Kwame Brown outside. You're not going to see this person. They don't be at the events and all of that. So they mind their business. They do their thing. And so what they become is content creators. They're content creators.
Anton Daniels needs a bodyguard to go around black people. Listen, if you need a bodyguard, now I'm not saying sometimes it's cool for you to have one depending on what you're doing. But if you need a bodyguard everywhere you go, then you a scared man. Anton Daniels is not going to go around black people without a bodyguard. Stop saying you outside if you need a bodyguard to go somewhere. That don't count. If somebody's talking greasy to you and they got a bodyguard with them, it don't count. That's like a dude bragging about getting chicks when you know he's paying for these chicks. They're saying like, well, Anton is getting back. Listen, Anton paid for Mika. Even if Anton is sleeping with Mika, it doesn't count because he paid for it, man. Since when do we give guys respect for paying for the box? I know 300-pound grizzly bears who pay for sex. Does that mean that they're a player? Absolutely not. You just paid for that woman. You made a purchase. It doesn't count. She's only rocking with you because you paid for her. She don't think you handsome. She don't think you got swagger. She don't think that you fly. She's dealing with you for the money and the money only. Yes, yes.
So let them create content. Now, what you do is you leverage the visibility that they continue to give you and you run up a bag.
You had clowns saying Anton got Mika. Anton paid for Mika. It don't count. Anytime you got to pay for a woman's attention, anytime you got to pay for a woman's companionship, anytime you got to pay a woman for sex, it doesn't count. You just purchased that woman. You made a down payment. You made a purchase. It doesn't count.
Personal aspect of it until it starts to get into your family or something like that. Then you got to go to, then it turns into something else. That's a whole nother conversation. But if people say something negative about me, I pick and choose if I want to respond based off of how I can benefit from it. Otherwise, I don't really care about all of that other stuff. So if y'all coming to me and y'all saying, well, Anton, this person says something about you, or Kwame feels some type of way, or because
Listen, man. Make sure that you guys bless a lot. Shout out to Back in Action for the Cash App. Shout out to Claude. Shout out to Claude T for the Cash App. Can't forget about Lions Dollars on the Cash App as well.
Most of these niggas is worse than the hoes.
How you gonna say somebody's worse than hoes when you let a grown man flirt with you? You let Fleece Johnson put you in some panties and a thong, bruh. Fleece Johnson put you in some pink lingerie and told you had a nice booty and a nice body. But I guess it doesn't matter because you made money from the interview, huh? You know the mindset of Anton Daniels. So what? Did Fleece Johnson put Anton in some pink lingerie? Anton has money, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Fleece Johnson told him he had a nice booty. Anton made money, so it doesn't matter. So rainbow community activities doesn't matter as long as you make money. That's the mindset of Anton Daniels. That's the mindset of Ringo TV. That's the mindset of Anton's followers and subscribers.
I'm keeping it 100, and that's not pointed to anybody in particular. Most of these niggas is worse than the hoes. Most of the dudes.
How you gonna say somebody's worse than a broad? Fleece put you in some panties and some pink lingerie and told you had a nice booty, and you giggled about it like a female who was secretly turned on. It gets no worse than that, my guy. How can a man that put on some pink panties for Fleece Johnson tell another man that he's worse than a broad when you put on some lingerie just like one and giggle when a man told you had some nice cheeks? That's crazy.
It's gossiping worse behind the scenes, not even just on some content shit. Most of these dudes is making phone calls and gossiping and shit. Now, if you get money from it, that's a whole nother conversation. Get your money up, bring your bag up. But most of these niggas is gossiping worse than females. Bro, listen.
Fleece put you in some pink lingerie. It don't get no worse than that. You giggle while he told you had a nice booty. He said, oh, I'd do anything to stay out of jail, Fleece. Here go Fleece. Anybody tell you got a nice body? Anybody tell you got a nice booty? Anton. My protection come with a fee. That means your cheeks belong to me. Well, I hear you, Fleece, but I'll do anything to stay out of jail, Fleece. Now, let me tell you guys something. Anton said that he's never going to go to jail and he'll do anything to stay out of jail. Do you know if you get into a fight that could lead to jail? See, this is how you know he's a fake, he's a fraud, and a phony, and a lot of you guys ain't listening. If you say you'll do anything to stay out of jail and you're never going to jail, do you know that a simple street fight could lead to you going to jail? So if he said that he's never going to jail, that means he's not going to fist fight. Come on, you guys, you got to connect 2 + 2. 2 + 2 is 4, it's not 40. When Anton said he'd do anything to stay out of jail, a street fight could easily lead.
Listen, of all of the problems that I've ever had in my life, with people, it hasn't been with women. It is always with these niggas. Of all of the people that I've ever had a problem with, as far as real life shit.
Listen, homie, a street fight could easily lead to jail, bro. So if Anton said he's never going to go to jail, he's not going to fist fight with somebody in the street. So when Anton told Corey Holcomb we can go out back and catch a fade, he had a bodyguard with him. And it's mighty funny that nobody has brought that up. Maybe 1 or 2 people. Somebody who's scared to go to jail is not going to fist fight in the streets. Make it make sense. Somebody who's afraid to go to jail is not going to fist fight in the streets because a simple fist fight could lead to jail. It's that easy. I seen doctors and lawyers who went to jail for DUIs or maybe getting into a simple altercation, maybe something as simple as a fist fight. But Anton said, I'd do anything to stay out of jail, please. I won't hurt nobody. I won't steal nothing. I won't do anything, please. I'll do anything to avoid jail, please. And here go Fleece. That's good, Anton. That's good because in jail you're gonna need my protection, but my protection gonna come with a fee. That means your cheek gonna belong to me. And he go, Anton, you crazy, Fleece. You crazy, Fleece. No, this Fleece Johnson, Anton, I'm serious. If you end up in prison, I had to see what's up with you. I had to get with you. My protection is going to come with a fee. That means that your cheeks going to belong to me. Fleece Johnson, baby. And he gonna answer, you a fool, Fleece. You a fool, Fleece. I'm not gonna go to jail, Fleece. I do anything to stay out of jail, Fleece.
Problems, trouble, issues, all of that. It has never been with women. I have never in my life, no, a couple times as a content creator. I give y'all that. I take that back. Been on YouTube for a long time. Give me a little bit of grace. Most of the time, it is always with grown men. And it's like, okay, well, if we making money together, then that's cool. Or if we getting some money, or we gonna flip
all right,
this shit.
Let's go to the other clip right here. Now, he's mad that Oshay has called him out for a lot of things that he said and did. He doesn't like it. You know, he doesn't. And I'm gonna let you hear. Anton Daniels said that he said that his family is in shambles. His daughter is depressed. His family is in shambles, all because, you know what I'm saying? You know, Corey Holcomb made jokes.
Impact and trauma.
Now listen to it. He said damage, impact, and trauma. The jokes that Corey Holcomb has made against his family, Anton said that his family now is in shambles because of Corey Holcomb and the jokes that he made against his daughter. So his whole family's in shambles behind an internet joke.
From the world. And what this has shown me, a bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter. USA team, at different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled across the world representing our country, and is probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now, of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the sweetest things to us. Those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives. But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never.
Well, your daughter has no business watching the 5150 show. Why would she be watching the 5150 show? The 5150 show is for people 30 and up. It's not for teenagers. Why would she be listening to that anyway?
I want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world, from the world. And what this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child, all of our children eventually will have to see how ugly the world is. All of them. Regardless of how we feel.
Well, Anton don't live by the street code. We can't say that Anton is breaking any code. Anton doesn't live by a code. So you can't hold Anton Daniels for not sticking to a code that he never lived by in the first place. Anton Daniels is a goofy. He makes content for nerds. Anton doesn't stand on any codes. Now, if Corey Holcomb did that, you can hold Corey Holcomb accountable for running to the police or running to lawyers. But somebody like Anton Daniels, he doesn't live up to those standards. Anton doesn't play by certain rules or certain street ethics because he's never been that type of person in the first place. So you got to expect for a goofy like Anton Daniels to do goofy things, like cape for white people, put money before his manhood. You got to expect for bozos like Anton to put money before his manhood. You got to expect for bozos like Ringo to put money before his manhood. They never live by any real codes anyway. These guys are bozos. They're clowns. They belong in the circus. Anton would put money before his manhood. So would Ringo TV.
Regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to seek, we'll have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible, until they have to see what the world does, right? So this is what I'm gonna say. My focus right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact, and trauma that has been done to my daughter. I pulling her out of school, early therapy, making sure that she is protected, trying to see what the fallout will be as far as her having to be removed from some of her competitions because of a lot of different things, including online bullying and psychological damage. There's a lot of fallout from what happens to my daughter's life because she is so accomplished. She has some of the greatest schools in the United States of America that has been seeking her out, scholarships, looking for her to join the team. She is on track to be a United States Olympian. She was supposed to be possibly in the next Olympics. And I don't know how damaging this is to her psyche. I don't know. Who knows? This can be a lifetime of damage. We don't know what butterfly effect things that we do to our children. And the one thing that most fathers, Black fathers, try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected. That's what we do. As fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never, ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children. No. No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want.
All right, now listen.
Anything to happen to our children.
Watch this right here.
2026. Agreed. Jason A-Team says PDFs are super protected. I appreciate you. Eddie B says, Anton and everyone, please don't blame me. The D was on hit. Signed that nurse in Fulton County, PS. Now I can be with my man. She ain't about to be with him. This ain't no co-ed prisons. There ain't no co-ed jails.
This dude told Anton Daniel, he said, you going out like a real bussy boy. You wasn't thinking about your family's welfare when you was wreaking all that havoc last week. Your daughter should sue you. I want y'all to read what this dude just told Anton Daniels, man. He said, you going out like a real bocce boy. You wasn't thinking about your family's welfare when you was wreaking all that havoc last week, going on every platform that you can go on to talk greasy about Corey. He said, matter of fact, your daughter should sue you.
Dub says you're going out like a real bussy boy. You wasn't thinking about your fam's welfare when you was wreaking all of that havoc last week. Your daughter should sue you. Well,
I agree. Your daughter should sue you. You was talking greasy, going on a campaign to slander Corey's name. Your daughter should be suing you, sir.
I appreciate you. Eddie B says, Anton and everyone, please don't blame me. The D was on hit. Signed that nurse in Fulton County, PS. Now I can be with my man. She ain't about to be with him. This ain't no co-ed prisons. There ain't no co-ed jails. Dub says you're going out like a real bussy boy. You wasn't thinking about your fam's welfare when you was wreaking all of that havoc last week. Your daughter should sue you. Well, stick around for the show. Stick around for the show. Not for this show, for a different type of show. Stick around. DP says, and she bought wedding rings for them. She a dummy. Shout out to you. Son of the Sun says, God bless you and your family. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Leroy Sally says, your daughter is in my prayers. I appreciate you too.
Now he's making videos saying pray for his family, pray for his daughter. His family is in shambles because of Corey's jokes. I mean, come on, man. Your family is really in shambles because of the jokes Corey made. Corey made fun of your wife's wig. He made fun of you and your daughter's looks. He's a comedian. That's what comedians do. But Anton, according to Anton, my family is in shambles because of Corey made fun of us. I need all of you guys to pray for me and my family. Send me some more money and pray for the Daniels family. My family's just in shambles. They're depressed. My family's gonna need therapy because of Corey's jokes.
Turner says there are no standards in the community in 2026. Agreed. Jason A-Team says PDFs are super protected in prison for people who don't know. Yes, they definitely get extorted mostly, but usually have their own block.
He was talking like a gangster. Now he's playing victim. He went on a campaign to slander Corey's name as if he punked Corey Holcomb. And now he's playing the victim, pretending to be a victim, saying that his family's in shambles. His family's going to need therapy because of Corey's jokes. What a complete joke. All of this because of Corey Holcomb's roast.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Inmate 9 says, I was in Fed prison for 8 years. People who mess with kids got treated the worst way.
Oh, man.
And my dog checking V1DZ online. Thank you for the dope content. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Exposure Network says crazy part is Darlene was rapping about her too. A man how it is that he's playing a role in his child's life unless he volunteers the information. So I don't do that. Like for me, it's not. There's certain points.
Come on, y'all. Y'all got to know better. Anytime a man tells you he'll do anything to stay out of jail, he's not going to fist fight in he's not going to fist fight in the streets. Fist fights can lead to jail. So if Anton is scared to go to jail, he's not going to fist fight with somebody in the streets. A lot of you guys were fooled when this Anton said, we can go out back. We can go out back. Going out back can lead to jail. And you said you would do anything to stay out of jail. Somebody who talks like that is not going to fist fight in the streets. Anton is a complete joke. And he got a lot of y'all people fooled. I don't see how.
That I just cut it off at. If it's you and me in person on content, that's one thing. I'm not going after it and doing a summer jam screen on somebody else's kids. I know it's a lot of y'all that wanted me to do that. Some of y'all was DMing me. Some of y'all was emailing me. That's not my life. That's not my play. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on that type of time. I don't do that. Because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do. Really am. Wow. I'm amazed at the culture. I'm amazed at the culture. Are y'all telling me that it is okay to go after underage children in real life? Not okay for people to go after underage children? Are y'all validating this? Wow.
See, now he want to hold black people accountable. You guys co-signed Corey. You're co-signing somebody going after somebody's children. It was a joke. You can't handle the roast. Now you want to hold black culture accountable. I can't believe that you guys are co-signing Corey for making fun of my family. My family is in shambles because of Corey's jokes.
I happen to be one of the people of the ilk that can make the adjustment to where I can hopefully try as best as I could to maybe get her at 70, 75, 80% at some point.
Oh, man.
She was on track to be an Olympian.
So she was on track to becoming an Olympian, but ever since Corey told those jokes, she needs therapy, she needs counseling. Your family's in shambles because of Corey's jokes. How many of you guys actually believe this? His daughter life is in shambles now. She can't focus on school. She can't focus on anything because she's so hurt about Corey's jokes. How many of you guys actually believe this? Anton Daniels went from talking gangster to now pretending to be a victim.
And I'm surprised at the community as I'm reading this chat right now. I'm surprised at you guys. I'm surprised at you guys. So wait a minute. Are you guys telling me, some of you, because I see the overwhelming majority of you are logical. Are you guys telling me that it is okay for people to go after underage children? Are y'all validating this? Wow. I'm amazed at the culture. I'm amazed at the culture. Are y'all telling me that it is okay to go after underage children in real life? Not speaking in general, not speaking, oh, okay, well, this is how I feel about the community and how it is that we raise our children. I'm talking about real life people. I'm heartbroken. I really am. I'm heartbroken. For all of our black women, that's out there that say that and had something to even say. I seen y'all do a breakdown of Ryan Davis and what he said and all of this stuff. I've seen so many think pieces on Ryan Davis and how black children and all of this stuff are spoken about. And you guys really, now all of a sudden it's different?
He's trying his best to garner sympathy from the black community, the same community that he disparages on the daily. Imagine that. He's looking to garner sympathy from the same community that he disparages on a daily. He wants us to believe that his family is somehow in shambles because of Corey's jokes. I'm not buying that, Anton. I know you're sensitive. I know you're a little moist, but I don't believe you.
I'm heartbroken. I really am. He said and all of this stuff. I've seen so many think pieces on Ryan Davis and how black children and all of this stuff are spoken about. And you guys really, now all of a sudden it's different? I'm heartbroken. I really am. In shambles, 100%. I'm in shambles. I'm in shambles. I am 100% in shambles. I'm heartbroken. I really am. In shambles, 100%. I'm in shambles. I'm in shambles. I am 100% in shambles. It's nothing else for me to say. It's nothing else for me to say. I have to figure out how to pick up the pieces. I have to figure out how to pick. Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what to give up. It's nothing else for me to say. I have to figure out how to pick up the pieces. I have to figure out how to pick. Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally it's nothing else for me to say. I have to figure out how to pick up the pieces. I have to figure out how to pick. Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out because.
So now your wife got to take her to get evaluated because of Corey's jokes. Why is a 17-year-old watching the 5150 show anyway? So now your wife got to take your daughter to get psychiatric evaluation because your family somehow is in shambles over Corey's jokes. I want y'all to hear this buffoon. I have to take my daughter to get evaluated because of Corey. No, I need sympathy from the black community, the same community that I disparage on the daily. Yeah.
It's nothing else for me to say. I have to figure out how to pick up the pieces. I have to figure out how to pick. Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do. I'm in shambles. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of the super chats, and then is it possible that we can get to the regular show? Is it possible that we can get to the regular show? To all of the bad chasers and people.
All right, let's hear what Corey had to say. Let's go on over here to hear Corey. I'm tired of hearing Anton cry about this, man.
Austin, whole damn get down. He was fucking too many hoes. Have you ever seen me tell somebody you a dick sucker?
No.
Have up for him. You think I didn't notice that?
Right.
He denounced black people in my face. And I still was able to keep it cool.
Right.
But sex play, that'll get me up out my seat.
Right.
Sex play, not sex play.
So all of the black people who taking up for him, I wish you better with yourself. Because he really ain't even supposed to be able to walk the streets where we at. If you really want to know the truth. But I ain't worried about that. I ain't sending nobody his way or nothing. I'm just saying, because he sent people his way himself.
Yeah.
Up here talking about, I was up on your shit. Man, I ain't never said this before in my life. He was bragging about being up here.
Right.
I never said this before, but I'm finna say this for the first time. Because I moved out here in 2000. I've been here 25 years. First 30 years I was in Chicago, but I've been here 25 years. I think I earned the right to say this. He talking about how he ran up on this LA, homie. You think he sent people his way himself.
Yeah.
Up here talking about, I was up on your shit. Man, I ain't never said this before in my life. he was bragging about being up here.
Right.
I never said this before, but I'm finna say this for the first time, because I moved out here in 2000. I've been here 25 years. First 30 years I was in Chicago, but I've been here 25 years. I think I earned the right to say this. He talking about how he ran up on this LA, homie. You think you got a pass to come back here after saying that? Homie, I know these boys out here. These boys out here operate in chaos. It ain't supposed to make sense. That's how they do it out here. I found that out when I moved out here. Because I was like, well, why they... And
Corey from Chicago, but he been in LA for 25 years. So Corey Holcomb is LA too. Just as much as Chicago, Corey is LA. You know, in LA, we gonna stand behind Corey Holcomb. We gonna rock with Corey Holcomb. Corey is our bro, and we rocking with him 100%. So you earned the right to say that because you're an LA native now. You're originally from Chicago, but you've been in LA for 25 years. You one of us, Corey. We got your back. Speak on the facts. Know why he talking Craig?
this one dude, when I did this movie, I forgot his name. I think his name was Big Slice. OG nigga from out here, ain't no joke. He was explaining to me. He said, that's how we do it out here. We operate in chaos.
Man.
Chaos. So I'm just telling you, you think you got me, homie. You dissed more than me. This building was built off the backs of brothers who got it in the streets of LA. And you came up here disrespecting and bragging on it. If you knew who walked through these doors and went up them stairs to smoke with the people who founded this place, you wouldn't have did that. But I'll let the streets show you. You can't perpetrate like you tough on the video and not get, them motherfuckers gonna come see what you about, homie. I know they are. I know they are. I don't know nothing about it. I just know these niggas out here done some shit where I'm like, well, and they be like, that's how we do it. It's chaos.
Straight out, yeah.
So good luck to you, Lane. Good luck to you, Lane. Somebody say Corey a blood now.
You are.
They say I look like a blood tugboat captain.
That's
That's actually flyer than the other person that said you look like a music soul child.
Oh, shit. I can see out my eyes.
It's the cap, I think.
But anyway,
But-
yeah, on the internet, talking like you saw people talk in movies and stuff like that. The fat boy Whitlock said, I'm a jailbird.
That's some wild shit. I really.
Hey, man, anybody want to pull up real quick? We at the hour 30-minute mark, man. So I wanted y'all to hear that, man. So I'm going to drop the link real quick. So if anybody want to add to the conversation, keep the language clean here. Most definitely, you're welcome to pull up. So I'm going to drop the link right now. The link is in the chat. Pull on up if you want to add to the conversation.
He played an AI video on his thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't even what happened.
Yeah.
He said I was a jailbird or the jail mentality or whatever.
yeah,
I'm like, what do I do to represent myself like that? I think you don't like me because you never fucked a bitch at work.
Right.
They
He crazy. Man, let me bring up King Judah, man. King Judah, you got it.
What's good, bro?
Oh, chilling.
Man, look, I think with Corey, now I didn't see this, what you just played just now when he was saying about, how he came up there bragging about, basically dissing the black community. I didn't even see that. That's my first time seeing that. And I think that's what Corey need to stand. That's what he need to stand from now on. I'm hoping that he find a way through this legal situation that I know Anton trying to bring against him and this other comedian, this lady, dig up some old footage on him. But outside of that, he need to stand on the fact that all you black people that's defending Anton went on a pro-black show. Corey Holcomb been a pro-black show since he started. He's a pro-black guy through and through. And he went up there and dissed black people on a pro-black show. And when he got pressed about why he can't hold white people accountable,
I think you're breaking up, King Judah. He dropped down. Shout out to Introvert Rockstar, my dude. He said, raccoons exposing themselves early 2026. It's a great start. Shout out to the Introvert Rockstar. I appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Introvert Rockstar. Shout out to Gail at Night for sending a shout out to everybody for sending their super chats. I appreciate y'all, man. Trying not to miss a super chat. Sometimes I'll be talking and I end up missing them. But shout out to the Introverted Rockstar. My dog going hard in the paint over there, man, doing his job.
Like you not. You're the most desired. Yeah. How do you do that? How do you stop people from doing what they're going to do anyway and fire them for it? Phil Jackson was fucking Jerry Buss's daughter as you. I'm talking about yo bitch that you.
All right. I'm going to bring Judah back up. You got it, Judah. I have to bring you back up. Yeah, you got it. Let me see. Yeah, you got it, bro.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, I was saying that's what basically I was saying that's what Corey need to stay with this. Corey need to stay with that angle is that, like I said, I hope he get through his legal situation, but he need to stay when it comes to the court of public opinion. We're not talking about the real courts legally. He need to stay on the fact that listen, all you because the only people that really care about this or care about this in mass is the culture. It is the black community. And Anton has dissed the black community over and over again for financial gain. That's what he uses us as props. Think about it, bro. We done talked about this. How many people we done seen this with? Thomas Sotomayor. When Thomas Sotomayor, he dissed us to get fame. And then when those white folks went against him, what the first thing he said? Yeah, black people, you need to go do this, black people. You have every right to go after the white community now. These people are not humans. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Everybody is different. They have people in this world that would do anything for money. And we watching this in real time. We watching this with Thomas Sotomayor. We're watching this with Anton Daniels. We watching this with Ringo TV. These people have no morals. To be honest with you, this man talking about his daughter, I wouldn't be surprised if you find out somewhere down the line where you see him throw his daughter on the back burner for that bag. He seems like the type of guy that would throw her on the back burner for that bag. Look at the way he did his loving wife. I don't know his history with her, but that's supposed to be his loving wife. She didn't go on the 5150 show with him. She probably didn't even know he had an interview to go to, but Mika knew. You got to understand, but this dude is selfish by nature. He's a snake. This dude has a reptilian brain. Nothing matters to him but the come up. Nothing matters to him but what he deems feels good in the moment and what profits him. I don't see this man going everywhere with his wife. I didn't even know Anton Daniels was. I didn't even know he was married. I didn't even know this. This is all news to me. I didn't even know he had a wife. That's because, just like Red said, you got this money. Now you're dealing with the women you wish you could have had. What your daughter is about, 18? So let's say we're going to round it up to 20 years. So 20 years ago, before you had that bag, your wife was the best you can do. I hate to say it like that, but that was the best you can do before you were Anton Daniels. Now that you have this money, you want to be with Mika. That's no different than what he's doing with the black community. He uses us when it benefits him, but he knows his bag. He gets his bag off dissing the black community. And make no mistake, if he get past this situation with Corey, he gonna go right back to dissing the black community. Now, mind you, this guy was just up here almost snot crying for the black community to back him up. But he gonna go right back to dissing you to get that bag. That's about it, man. That's all I wanted to say, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, Judah. You right about that. That's exactly what he gonna do, man. Shout out to Judah, man. Let me bring up J Love. J Love, you got it.
Peace. How you big?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
Yeah, I'm from Detroit, man, and we don't condone what old boy did. First of all, don't know when you invite a man to your private parts, that's supposed to get you killed.
You gotta watch the language, bro, because you know that
yeah. Well.
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah. As long as you get me on that, And that cat, I can't even believe he from Detroit. He don't act like a Detroiter. Even on the most professional level, he don't act like a person from Detroit. You know.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, how does Detroit feel about him caping for white folks like that?
We don't like him. he in a small minority, probably by himself. You know, that's why he walking around with all them bodyguards. You know, he'd probably be the type. I doubt if he get his hair cut anywhere in Detroit, he probably cut his own hair, because you can't go in no barbershop talking the way he talk. You know, if a person want to get some violence reflect to them, all they got to do is go in there and say something bad about Mary Young. People still, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, well, shoot, I appreciate you for pulling up, J Love. That's what's up, bro. Let me bring up, what's his name? Herman. Herman, you got the flow, man. Yeah, that's your name, Herman. Are you there? I don't. You ain't saying nothing, man. Got a few people in the background right there, so I'm gonna give you. Go ahead, bro. Something wrong with the content. What's your thing? All right.
Love and care about can't stand you because you got other bitches.
This is, man.
Put me in a church. Within a month, I'd have knocked down about this, because the nigga played himself like a bitch in front of me and you. He let a nigga run up on him in front of you. In front of you. You can never fix that. You waiting to say it. Say it and get it over with.
See, people are gonna say what he said, let's go out back. Let me tell you something. Anton Daniel said he's never going to jail. He'll do anything to stay out of jail. Somebody who talks like that is not gonna fist fight somebody in the streets. He had a bodyguard with him. That's the only reason he was talking greasy. And when Corey said, say it again, he didn't do it. Let me bring up my man, Gold P. Gold P, what it do, bro? Gold P. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You got it, bro.
All right. All right. Peace, peace, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Out of the 619, man. You know, we we Cali partners, man. You know what it is. You know, as I listen to him, Anton, man, is it me or is it that his family already had these issues and Anton needs the money? He may front like he has all the money, but I think he needs the money. I mean, it's just like, you know how a broad gets divorced and she wants alimony, spousal support, child support. She wants all that and blames you for everything that happened to the family and everything. Don't it sound like that?
Yeah, that's what he wants.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, if you won't hear what's his name from Amazon who divorced his wife.
Oh yeah, I forget old boy name. Dude, she took he gave her a gang of bread. Forget her
billion. He gave her half of the billion.
Yeah.
Right. You
Jeff Bezos? Is it Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. Right. You won't hear him going to sue his ex-wife because she, you know. I mean, come on, man. We got to make this make sense. His ex-wife won't go to suing him, and they got far more money than anybody else, man. But here Anton is talking about, oh, my family is ruined, in shambles. He say, well, this was, look. Anton went to Corey's show, and this was recently. What happened when his daughter was 15? What happened when she was 11? I mean, are we saying that You know, she was okay up until 17. What are we talking about here? I think he really is in a situation because he hit that million, right? And I think he's imploding. That's what
Yeah,
I think.
he mad at he mad at O'Shea because O'Shea started to call him out. O'Shea said, I disagree with him, but I never said nothing. But it got to the point to where you had to say something, O'Shea, because when you stand for what you stand for, there's no way you can have a friendship with somebody like Anton. It's just not gonna work. That's like a Nazi being the best friend. That's like a Nazi being best friends with a Black Panther. Or it's just not gonna work. What you stand for and what Anton stand for is in direct opposition. 100%.
I think Anton is imploding. I mean, if we just are to look at, because before he hit his million, what he was talking about, how he had so much of the money, right? And he was all about his family and blah blah blah. Now he was all involved. I mean, you remember? I don't know if you remember. He was in some dispute, and then he wanted to talk about, I just went and got a Lamborghini, and I'm out talking to his wife about getting in the Lamborghini. So if it was all that, he had all the money. Where's the Lamborghini money now? In regards to the help that your daughter may need before it got to the Corey situation. What happened? I'm saying he's imploding, and he's not. It is my humble opinion, he's not balling like that as he perceives he wants to make it out to be. He's not balling like that. He may have some line of business sense or whatever have you. That he might have that, but I think he's imploding. I think he's not as smart as he want us to make us think that he is. I think that he's the one now. He's running back to us, which is typical. Y'all help me. Help me. I know I dogged you out, but help me. Why would you ask somebody who you said you hate? You hate you now you want us to help you when you said it publicly that you have a healthy disdain for us? How does that work? What, we all some suckers? Is that what it is? We some suckers now, right? You want our help, but you want help from some suckers. How? Come on.
He said he wants to. He said his family's in shambles. His daughter needs therapy. Right. His wife is taking her to get evaluated. It's like, man, come on, bro.
His wife is now taking his daughter to get evaluated. Look, this happened. This thing happened recently with between Corey and Anton. This is real. What happened at 16? What happened at 15? They didn't see this at 15. They didn't see that. I mean, come on, man.
And she's 17 years old. And it's like, 17-year-olds ain't watching the 5150 show. That's for 30 and up, maybe even 35 and up.
Look. It don't even matter if she was. It don't matter if she was. I'm saying the 5150 show is a show on YouTube. Is that the only show on YouTube? Is she only watching his show? I'm asking, is she only watching the 5150 show that's only on Tuesdays? What else has happened during the rest of the week?
Yeah, it's only on Tuesday. Corey go lives on Tuesdays. That's it.
On Tuesdays. So Monday, Wednesday, and on down, she's not doing anything else on YouTube? Isn't her father on YouTube? Come on, man. What are we talking about here? I think Anton is imploding. He went on all these streams after Corey, and went to pop and all that, she wasn't watching that.
Right.
And then
Talking
I
greasy,
mean,
he gonna pull up. He said, whoever talk about him, he gonna pull up. Talking gangs. He went from talking gangster to now being a victim.
now his life is in shambles.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You know, what do I mean? And he's asking us, the people he said, I hate you in words. I hate you. He put a lot of emphasis in it. Now he coming to whom? The ones he hate.
Yeah, he said, I hope black folks don't get reparations. I hope you don't get nothing.
Right.
He said, matter of fact,
Right.
white folks can charge y'all to breathe air. Yeah, he said that.
But yet his family is in shambles. Why are you in all these spaces when your family is in shambles? Your family, his family was in shambles before it got to this. I just bet you that.
Yeah.
I just bet you that.
I can agree to that. Let me pass it to 2 cents, man. Then we're gonna kind of pass it back around and see who's in the back. 2 cents. Are you
Hey,
there?
what's up? Yeah, I'm here. Hey, just a heads up. Go ahead and get all your material ready for the next couple of days because that weather gonna be. We all gonna be sitting in here from Texas to the East Coast, so that's just a heads up.
Okay.
But what? Yeah, because you out there 65 and sunny. Yeah, ain't nobody studying you right now. Hey, but what I was gonna say, man, see, when you engage in a fight, like if two guys were fighting right now, and one guy grabbed him in his crotch, in his balls, basically, or he bit him, most guys will look at him like, man, that's some sucker junk. Yeah, that's how it is. But I can't tell him how to fight. I still think it's sucker stuff. What Anton did with Corey, he did the same thing. Corey, he went low. It's 3 things you can do if you really hate that dude or you want to fight him. Say something about his kid, say something about his wife, say something about his mom. That's always been what it is. They ain't gonna rule of how men operate. Most people don't do that. So that painting everybody with a broad brush is kind of crazy to me when they try to do that. We know who Corey is. That dude foul with his mouth. And he fights you with his mouth. And for Anton to come in there, now he's crying about what happened. He knew what he was getting into because he said he studied the guy. You got to think about that. He said he studied him. Okay, that's cool. Now, if he want to get paid, Corey could sue him, assault. For assault on because he challenged him to a fight to go outside. See, if you want to play petty laws and stuff like that, that's sucker stuff. Most guys, people ain't doing that. You can't do what he did. And if he want to be a little chump and go press charges, he could, like he's doing with his daughter. Man, but he didn't actually explicit picture or anything like that. It wasn't, bro. Like he didn't say something sexual. That's how you get caught up. Because if the video was that bad, YouTube would have took it down already. You know how many people done reported Corey video? If it was that far out of guidelines of bullying, this, that, and other, Corey would have got his stuff taken down immediately. YouTube don't play. But I'm gonna pause it right there. I appreciate you letting me come up, Red.
I appreciate you, man. This is what we're gonna do, man. Let me see who we got in the background too. I'm gonna bring up Brooks 123. Let me see this. Brooks 123. You got it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
Can I ask a question?
This is Hakeem, man. You came up with another profile, man. Go ahead. What you got? What's your question?
Like, I want to act like I didn't come to be disrespectful or anything like that, but I'm trying to figure out like what is your problem with Anton Daniels?
Well, let me go first, Red.
I got this question.
Okay, go ahead.
It's clear as day. Would you let a grown man tell you got a nice booty and laugh at it, or would you tell him, "Hey, man, I don't play like that"?
That doesn't make him gay though. Like that's old footage. Like to be perfectly honest. To be perfectly honest.
Red. Let me take it. Oh,
listen, I'm gonna let you land your plane, go pee, because I got to get up out of here. I don't have no time for foolishness. I asked him a simple question, and he clearly deflected. I said, "Would you let a grown man tell you got a nice booty?" He said that doesn't mean that he's rainbow. Yes, it does. But go ahead, go.
Well, I would have took it from a different angle, man, because he's taking it from that part of it, because it's the talking thing right now. It's the current event. I would have took it a different way, because he asked the question, why do we not like Anton? Right? And my position would have been this: why would I rock with somebody who plainly has a disdain for me? That don't make sense. If I didn't like you, Red, if I didn't like nothing about you, then I'm going to position myself to either talk bad about you, not be around you, something to that nature. So, why would I rock with somebody who don't rock with me? That don't make sense. I mean, am I making sense here? If
we have no reason to like him. We literally have no reason to.
I mean, look, Red, we out of Cali, right? We out of Cali, man. All right. And we know what it is if a Crip comes over to a blood set, well, I mean, it may be something going down, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it may be something going down. Now, I mean, that's just what it is. Right now, if we are in a different time where we're more, my family's over there in the coast. I got family over in the east, and blah blah blah. We tend to have gotten away from the literal. Yeah, I'm gonna set it all. Blood, would it be like type energy? But now, we're about being, hey, you a brother, I'm a brother, man. Yeah, we may be on two sides of different towns, but look, man, we have a common goal here, and our common goal here is to move forward with what we're talking about here, and that's us unifying, like you said. Hey, we got to work together on something, right? And Red, I'm gonna land my plane here. I'm gonna drop my plane here. A lot of people say FBA, right? And that's foundational Black American, right? That is lineage. That is lineage. I gotta make this clear. That is lineage. Okay, our nationality is Negro American. On my birth certificate, it says Negro, and historically speaking, they call you Negro. Well, if you foundation, they know who you are. I mean, if they know who you are, right? So we are, our lineage is FBA foundational, but our nationality is Negro American. And I would say it is a hard. You won't find any Asian, Latino, or whomever refer to themselves as Negro. They will not. We'll look at them sideways like, no, you are not. You are not Negro. No. Remember Rachel Dolezal said she was Black, but she never proclaimed to be Negro. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right. Appreciate you for pulling up, Gold P. Much love, my brother.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace. All right, you guys, man. We got we gonna wrap this show up today, man. Yeah, man, you heard it first with the Oshay to Duke Jackson and Anton Daniels. Like I said, Anton is just mad that Oshay is now calling him out. He wanted Oshay to stay silent about his buffoonery. And he said that he had an issue with Fresh and Fit because Oshay wasn't cool with him. Right. But if you're Black, let me take that away. If you're FBA, you're not going to be cool with a Fresh and Fit. The FBA people who do rock with Fresh and Fit, they care more about being on a major platform than representing who we are as a people. So you already know what category to throw those individuals in. Those people who rock with your Antons, the Fresh and Fits, the Angry Mans, the Ringos of the world, right? And I told you in 2026, man, we can't be dealing with these Sambo sympathizers. It's time to rid our community of these Sambo sympathizers. You got you got people claiming to be FBA, claiming to be FBA, but they're sympathizers of these Sambos. It is time to call out that behavior in 2026. We can't afford to be cool with these people anymore. We can't afford to be cool with them anymore. It's counterproductive to our progress. No more Sambo sympathizers. It is time to get rid of them. So Anton said his family's in shambles. His wife has taken his daughter to get evaluated because his whole family's in shambles. She's depressed. She can't go to her college. She was supposed to go to a college for whatever he said she was supposed to go up there for. She can't go up there no more. She's depressed. She don't know what to do with herself. She can't focus on her schoolwork anymore. Him and his wife are at odds. The whole family's in shambles because of Corey's jokes. And it is what it is. Now he's asking the FBA community to pray for his family. He said it several times during the live stream. He said, I need all of you guys to pray for my family. Right? He said, I give up. I'm not going to say anything else about Corey. I throw in the white towel. I give up. Corey, you won. Words of Anton Daniels. I appreciate everybody for showing up today. I told you I was going to give you guys a hot show, a fire show. Make sure that you guys bless the like button. Subscribe to the channel and hype the video. Hype the video that I did yesterday about Corey and Anton. Make sure that you guys hype this video when hype the video when it uploads to YouTube. I appreciate you all. Much love. Peace, love, and blessings. Giving you gain to keep you from stressing. It's King Supreme. Make sure that you like the stream on your way out. Like the stream on your way out, and I'm gone. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I appreciate you all. Let me see. Shout out to C-Mac for blessing us with a cash app. I didn't want to log off before I shouted out to people for sending the cash apps. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to shout out to 7058K for the super chat. He said a community based on righteousness instead of money is their worst nightmare. As long as we put money first, we won't realize that the resources are what hold value. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to First Class Citizen for the super chat. He said this guy talks reckless about others often. He's a living excuse me. He's a living facade of and only feels relevant among yes men. Remember, he says don't lead by your wallet, right? Shout out to Jaquette Carter. AD caused this alleged trauma to his child, no accountability. Project Leroy said the lesson for Anton Daniels: do not cry like a woman for what you cannot hold on to as a man. Shout out to Project Leroy. And shout out to everybody. I think I got everybody who blessed the super chat today. I appreciate it. Shout out to K1820. Said, thank you for saying it. We need each other. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, yes, yes. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate you all. I had to do that because I missed a few people, even though I called most of you. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to get up out of here. It's King Supreme. I'm gone.